In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Ooh, that sounds like some fuckboys.
Fuck boys.
So, welcome to the...
Is it fuck boys?
It's fuckboys. It's fuckboys time. So, and I'm sure you can hear that in the background. So, welcome to a very special edition of the Freedom Friends Podcast, where it is raining like a son of a bitch outside.
Yeah. Welcome back, fellas.
Hey.
Oh. You guys left me in the fucking trenches taking grenades. All by my lonesome. You guys got to go gallivant off in other countries and in Vegas.
You're fine.
Yeah, it was all right. You had a good time.
You did good.
Big shout out to Big Jim for coming through and helping me out, and Dave for following in as usual. I mean, we appreciate
Big
the
Jim
shit out of it.
Featured on the episode "Fuck You, Sir."
Yeah, I don't think we need to keep calling it, like referring to that,
Maybe.
like because
It's tradition.
he's been on like
Mikey,
7 times.
It's tradition.
Mikey.
It's not.
And you don't fuck with
We
tradition.
definitely don't have to keep referring to it as that, but we're going to.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is more of an
Oh,
option.
no, see, that's better.
Right,
All right, yeah.
We don't have to. People know.
People know who Big Jim is
But,
at this
yeah.
point.
I love saying "fuck you, sir." So it's
I actually call him Short Jim.
Jeez, what an asshole.
wow.
I don't want to get too complex, you know. Shit. You got a V cut over here anywhere?
Speaking of short, I'm short some H2O croutons there, boys.
Oh,
Can I
bring it
borrow
on
some?
down, Johnny.
Oh shit.
Look at this. This is how prepared we were for the show today.
Yeah. Oh, we're worried about the rain and such.
Oh, he said 20 minutes to put ice in that glass, but he was busy TikToking or whatever.
I
the
was
fuck he was doing.
trying a beer and I don't think I
Just
can
not
do
feeling
that.
it?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's one of those beers.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Freeman for bringing some beer by. It's
Some of that stuff, man, like I appreciate when people bring us stuff or whatever, but there are some beers that I just feel are a little
What
too
would you like
try-hard.
in this glass?
I mean, not everything's going to be a home run, man.
yes, please.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I'm-
it's a-
Maybe
I'm
some
not
little
bad at that.
J.W. Kelly, courtesy of Jazz's dad, actually.
Yeah.
Who is in studio right now watching this mediocre shit show.
We've got
But he brought us a bottle of booze, so can't be mad at him. We can't be mad at you about producing this fucking asshole, but we won't be mad at you. You've redeemed yourself with the booze. So
I had lunch
Yeah.
with him earlier today, and he was like, "I'm gonna come by the show and see what's going on." I was like, "Don't show up empty-handed." he was like, "What am I supposed to bring?" I was like, "Irish whiskey or bourbon." He was like, "I don't have any whiskey," and my response immediately was, "That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem."
I was like, you know who does? The liquor store.
Totally thinking he was gonna show up empty-handed, and then he
But-
called me and actually was like, "Hey,
knocked it out of the park. And I
It's
Yeah,
really
this is
good.
really good.
And earlier I tried to break this bottle. It bounced off of our concrete floor. It is a survivor.
yeah."
So
Hey.
enjoy it.
It's got
because
good PLF.
It had,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Nice.
almost was not here. It has a lot of caramel flavor.
Yeah, very, very
Yeah.
caramelly.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Very
You
good
can
with
actually taste the
cigar.
caramel
That
before you
Litro
actually.
right there.
This guy?
Yeah,
Sure.
that one usually does me right.
So, anyways, this is the Freedom Friends podcast.
It is brought to you by warfightertobacco.com.
Most times
Most times.
depends on the episode.
You said-
Sometimes I
Oh.
think Scott's like,
Use that code Freedom Friends. Score yourself that sweet 15% off discount. And our friends over at owellness.us for all your CBD needs. Use that code Freedom Friends 25. Score yourself a quarter off your order. But I'm out of like, you know, order right now because we're coming at you not even fucking close to live. From where?
A Warfighter Tobacco Studio.
Thank you,
go.
Ian.
In
flooding San Antonio.
Yeah, I can
it's
actually
getting
hear
a
the
little
flood
brutal
while it's
outside.
Yeah, I
happening.
think it's up to the glass out there.
Yeah.
Actually. So it's
It's definitely a river.
in all fairness,
Parking
if we get stuck here, we have cigars and booze.
yeah, we'll survive. We're all survivors.
We'll make it. And Starburst. So we'll
That's
be
true.
fine.
It's just the Reds,
I appreciate your segregated Starburst.
right? So I guess the woke culture hasn't reached candy yet.
no, that's the reverse racism wokeness.
Climate change is racist.
Yes. Well, of course it is.
Apparently.
And so is the Cuban riots.
Yeah, Cuban riots are also racist.
No, not racist.
No,
They're
they're
climate
weather-driven.
change.
The Cuban riots are climate change's fault,
That's the weirdness we've
according
gotten to.
according to CNN.
You know, the more and more weirdness that I'm seeing going on like this, the more and more I'm starting to believe that we're actually in a simulation.
Hey, fingers, can you give me a little audio? Little.
Oh, I'll finger your
little
audio.
turn up.
Hold on.
No, I don't need that. I can hear. I just can't hear. It's low. That's all.
Oh,
I just need a little
your
volume.
monitors are fucked up.
Yeah, I just need a little volume. Thank you, buddy.
Gotcha. So
Well, I've started calling the producer team Fingers.
Team Fingers. Huh?
Yes,
Okay.
because that's what Dave Chappelle calls Jamie on fucking Joe Rogan's podcast. He calls him Fingers. So I was like, you want to know what? I'm gonna keep it going.
I like it.
I'm gonna call our guy
wow.
Fingers.
We'll just rename that position. You're no longer a showrunner or a producer.
You're Fingers.
Fingers.
Yeah.
Fingers.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some updating that needs to happen just across the board here. People have gone on travels. People have been out of town.
We've all left the city over the last week. We've been gone, or since the last podcast that each one of us was on.
Yeah, it's been a
I can't even remember the last one.
I
was
know,
on.
it's
You were
been
on
a
two ago. It's been a
whirlwind.
while.
It's been 3.
So we kind of we on the last episode with Jim and I, we touched on the Jamaican trip.
Yeah.
But real quick, I want to take a few minutes and get your guys' feedback. First time to Jamaica?
First time in Jamaica. It was really fun hanging out with the people we were hanging out
Yes.
with. Like, you know, we were there with
The pictures looked awesome.
We were there with people that I didn't necessarily know as a friend because they were friends of Jim, right? But now I consider all of them like really good friends.
Yes.
We got to hang out for 7 days and do nothing but drink and eat and swim and
Big Obi was with you guys?
yeah, Obi and yeah, Jim's friends from
He had some friends from across the pond,
yeah,
didn't he?
from Britain.
Yeah, Mikey
Michael.
Lane.
Yeah, he
Mikey
was cool, cool dude. And then Jim's brother-in-law, and Julie's twin sister Rose and Michael. Michael is funny as fuck.
He's a fucking riot.
That guy was the life of the party the whole time. Like, Michael is crazy. Like, we got to the one place where we jumped off the cliffs, right? We get there. Before we get drinks, like, Michael's like jumping off all the cliffs already, right? And then we get a drink. We're like settling in, checking it out. And we're like, oh, we should go jump off these cliffs. Michael's already done. He's already done all this.
Like, just did it all.
Yeah, he just did it all, right? And, yeah, so I mean, it was fun. Good people. Jamaica, though, I checked it off my block, and I don't think I ever have to go back.
Were you down by the beach?
You know, I kind of think
The one and done kind of country.
I think I've referred to this before, where like in Nicaragua, I feel like the people there actually like us. In Jamaica, I feel like they had to like us because they worked there. But then when we left the resort, they didn't fucking have to like us anymore, and it kind of showed.
They clearly didn't.
Yeah, they clearly didn't. And
well, it's because you're just a dirty colonist.
I think any country you go to, everybody that you talk to is trying to peddle drugs. It's probably not the best country to hang out in.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
every person that rode a scooter lifted the seat up and had whatever drug you wanted. Now, it wasn't good. Not that we found out, but it didn't look good.
Try some black tar. Get some heroin in you while you were
But
there.
like literally the 40th dude to offer me drugs, I was like, no shit, dude. You were the first one in Jamaica that has offered me this. Thank you. He's like, really? And I'm like, fuck no. Like, no, I have all the drugs I need already, maybe, because it was been offered to me. Like, you were so late in the game here, dude. Like, go away. You know, like literally.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't know your itinerary, man.
Yeah.
Guys trying to make a buck.
Yes,
Fuck.
yes, he did. Because from the time you land at the airport, the first person you meet, drugs. The second person you meet, drugs. The third person, drugs. Everybody offered you drugs.
Is it drugs or is it weed?
Yes.
Yes. They start with weed, but then it's anything.
If you say no to weed, they escalate.
Yeah.
Oh, like, hey man, you want some weed? No, I'm good. How about fucking heroin?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get high or
No,
you want to
actually,
die?
I never got offered heroin.
Never got offered heroin, but I got offered
Molly,
weed,
ecstasy.
Molly, coke, shrooms,
Yeah.
fucking literally everything else.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's funny, like
so anything they could grow.
We're sitting
You could get.
we're in the ocean, like 10, 12 of us in the ocean, drinking, smoking cigars, having a good time. Here comes a dude on a motherfucking paddleboard. Hey, bro,
Loaded with all
you need some weed?
trinkets.
I'm like, bitch,
Loaded with trinkets and drugs.
Hilarious.
You know, hilarious. And that one, you talk to him for a minute because it's funny. But then all of his buddies from I don't know where see you talking
They
to
just
him.
show up.
And it's like 5 paddle boards of dudes selling drugs.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So
He's like, I got better weed than him, but he beats me on coke.
They all
And
have
this
the
guy over
same.
here's got all the
They all have the
ecstasy and
same
shit.
bullshit weed. It's not like you think like Jamaica, Bob Marley, the Rastafarian lifestyle, the whole nine. Like they gotta have some good weed.
Crap weed.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
All that's
It
been
was-
all that's been exported to here.
I remember
they have all
in-
the shit that doesn't make the
Well,
cut.
we
In
grow
the late
better
90s,
shit here now.
In the late
Like, you know,
90s,
fucking
in the late 90s, in fucking central Massachusetts, I was getting better fucking Mexican ditchweed than the shit that they were trying to sell in fucking Jamaica.
Now, we did have a bus driver that was a cool dude, right? There was a couple really cool Jamaican people there. Like, don't get me wrong, they weren't all
I'm sure the whole country's not full of
they
dicks.
were
like,
all cool, right? Everybody who tried to sell you drugs for the most part was cool, but there were some that just they weren't. But we were talking to the bus driver. I'm like, hey man, like these joints that they're trying to sell, like what does it cost them to buy them? And he's like, oh, 50 cents. And they're trying to sell them for 15, 20 bucks, you know? So 25 bucks,
It's
whatever.
a hell of a markup.
That's a hell of a
it's
market.
a hell of a market.
Well, no wonder they're
That's-
fucking trying to sling it
That's
so
why
hard, man.
everybody's trying to
Shit.
sling it. But yeah.
Well, it's because they can only get one sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter who, but they're only going to get one sale out of that tourist. So the first one to get that sale is like, fuck yeah, I cashed in. Everyone else is
Yeah.
like, God damn it. Because
Yeah.
the guy's never going to buy it. You know, like, sorry. Well, they might. They're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
But-
it was fun.
Could have done a reverse auction. And like, what do you got? 25? Can I get 24?
guy
Can
down
I
the
get
street said
24?
12.
Can I get 23? Can I get 23? 22? Can I get 20? 20? Can I get 15? just work your way
Yeah, work your
down.
way
and
down.
just-
But the wedding itself,
Buying it at cost. Sold.
the wedding itself was awesome, right?
Yeah.
It ended up being during that tropical storm.
Yeah.
And
The
from
wedding
now
was
on,
awesome because
They, like,
everything
just-
got screwed
They
up.
just like missed you guys. Like,
from
somehow.
now on, every time I hear the word tropical storm, what I'm going to think of is perfect weather, a little bit of rain, me drinking on the beach.
Like-
Is
like-
what I'm going to think of when I hear
And
tropical
what he
storm.
means by a
now.
little bit of rain, it's like the raindrops, you see them fall and they fall straight down because there's no wind.
And
it's warm.
And they're exactly the same temperature as the air.
Yep.
So you barely feel it, right?
So you're getting like sweaty
Yeah.
more than wet.
It's like a mister without the fan.
Yeah, exactly, right? But the wedding was awesome. They put us under this little thing, and it was cool. They played Thunderstruck after the wedding or during the wedding.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah, it was a cool wedding. And then the reception, we all had a great time. It was
That's
We're all hammered.
Yeah,
Dancing
we
our
had
asses off.
Yeah,
It
we
was
had,
fun.
we had a great time. So thank you, Jim, Julie. It was awesome.
Had a great time. Got
Sweet.
a advanced dive cert while I was down there.
I heard that. So that's what Jim told me about you is every morning,
Like 7
fucking
a.m.
every morning while you were there, you and Madison were just in the water
Yeah.
diving the whole time.
Yeah.
Just crushing it.
I'm getting room service. He's diving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I'm breakfast is coming to me like
I-
in the mornings.
I went to this. So they have a huge breakfast buffet, which was really nice. So I went to that where Scott had it delivered.
I fucking love me some breakfast buffet.
Right.
I
That's what I was
fucking
just
love
like,
it.
I'm
Dude.
kind of okay with
It's
this.
one of my favorite things in like on the planet.
And,
it's probably my preferred method of eating breakfast, actually. Which I already love breakfast more than any other meal. A breakfast buffet.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh yeah,
Man.
yeah.
But,
Far and away the best. You mean I can just get a plate of bacon if I feel like it?
Yeah. Or
Done.
come back and get more.
Yeah, fucking done, dude.
The
Like,
bacon
fuck.
there was left some to be wanted.
I mean, it's a buffet. It's buffet food.
Right.
You know, like I mean, that's where you falter the
on the
you know-
scale of Jazz's bacon and the worst bacon I ever had, being Jazz's, yours was a 10, right? A fucking 10.
Fucking,
A
I
fucking
appreciate it, buddy.
10,
Yeah,
right?
your bacon's fucking good, dude.
The worst bacon I ever had was a 1. The resort bacon was a 3.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say because the worst bacon I ever had was probably like some chow hall bacon at some
it was
point
the
or
same.
another.
This
Yeah.
is chow
I
I
hall
was
just-
gonna say this is like what
I'm just
My
happy that
experience,
my
'cause
bacon is
I
better
love
than
bacon.
Jamaican
This is a
resort
1.2.
bacon. Like that's,
Yeah.
Fuck you, sandals.
if that's where I'm coming in, I'm all right with it.
I gotta. So the portion size of all the foods, all the food's included.
Yeah,
So the portion size of the food is like,
teeny tiny.
oh my god. Like they
Yeah, I
give
heard
you
they
this
were-
giant plate like this big, and the food is like
I heard
the
you had,
size
like-
of a fucking
Like
baseball.
everybody there was big, is what Jim told me.
Yeah.
And like they'd be like, I need 3 steaks. They'd be like, what? I'd be like, yeah,
Like,
give me
fucking
fucking
let's go.
3.
Let's do this.
Give me 3
3
steaks.
appetizers.
Yeah, the first
3 main courses.
night
Yeah.
I fucked up. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll do one of those and one of these. And it showed up and I'm like, well, I know how the rest of this week's going.
Yep.
And that was it.
Like-
I'll take one of those, these, and that for an appetizer, these 2 entrees, and those 4 desserts.
Speaking of breakfast, I had a breakfast.
And they had no problem bringing that.
No, not at all.
No.
I had a breakfast like a week ago. The first morning that I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
I stopped and got breakfast with the team or whatever. So I ordered this thing that they called a pancake tower.
Okay.
And when you read the description, it sounded like pancakes and then like side meats and whatever, and you were good to go. This thing showed up, single plate. Pancakes are like this big. Single plate. Pancake, 5 sausage patties. Pancake, 5.
Why are you just telling us about this fucking now?
Right? We're not in Vegas anymore.
We were in Vegas with you, asshole.
So, pancake, 5 slices of bacon. Pancake. No. Pancake, 5 sausage patties, 2 pancakes, 5 slices of bacon, pancake, layer of egg, and then
Like what kind of egg?
I got mine scrambled because that's how I like my eggs.
Uh.
So it was
Did I
that,
fucking over medium that shit?
and then it had
Holy
3
yo.
of those mini ice cream scoops of butter on top of that, and then 2 different styles of syrup and fruit. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm looking at this thing
What the
going,
fuck am I doing with this?
like, yeah, this is gonna get rowdy, like real fucking quick. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to eat this breakfast and go back to bed.
How was
Like,
that? How was that poop though?
Oh, by 1 o'clock? Yeah, I annihilated a toilet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can just assume all that food plus you're smoking cigars the whole fucking time.
Dude,
Fucking
yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah.
I guarantee you had coffee.
And what's awesome is it was a Palazzo toilet, so it was like, it was fancy.
Yeah.
You know why they named it that now?
The pancake tower?
No, a Palazzo toilet.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's kind of what it sounds like.
Palazzo.
It was
It'll take me a palazzo.
it was rowdy.
Whoa. Yo,
Hey.
yo.
Put that anywhere.
I remember my first
Mikey
cigar.
almost burned his dick there.
Just about burned my dog hammer.
Well, yeah. So if you're interested in the pancake tower, Treasure Island at the coffee house in the bottom floor, which turns into a pho restaurant after 2 o'clock.
Go from pancake towers to pho.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's fucking weird.
That is an
Pancake
interesting-
tower.
That's Vegas for you. That's one of the most Vegas fucking things I've ever heard.
Yeah. The funny thing is
Like-
that plate that I just talked about was the least expensive way to buy breakfast there.
Right. Nothing in Vegas is cheap.
Dude, but when I'm in Vegas, dude, so the hidden gem of Vegas,
Oh, this ought to be good.
the hidden gem is the Luxor's fucking breakfast buffet in the basement of the Luxor. That thing has you can go get fucking prime rib at fucking 5 a.m. All right. Like, it is amazing. All right. Like that place, that is far and away my favorite. And the Luxor's a shithole hotel. You know, it's a gimmick hotel because, it's a pyramid. Blah. First of all, almost nobody stays in the fucking pyramid. It's all
Well,
open bullshit casino.
And it's way on one side of the strip.
Yeah.
So-
But if you find
It
yourself
also
on that
says
side,
Bass Pro Shop real big on the front of it now.
does.
So
You know, when a casino starts accepting sponsors,
yeah, that should let you know exactly what you're dealing
all I
with.
know is if Bass Pro is sponsoring that buffet, I'm fucking in. All right, because that buffet is amazing. All right, it's just a great buffet.
This sounds like rose-colored glasses. This is like the last time you and I went to Vegas, and beforehand it was like, it's gonna be great. We're going to Vegas, and as soon as we landed in Vegas, it was like, fuck, I hate this city. Like, dude, and we were there that show week that we were there, highest temperatures on record
It was brutal.
in Las Vegas. One day was 119 degrees.
It was brutal.
So we covered that. How was Vegas, boys?
So John and I
John just shakes his head.
John and
no.
we flew from Jamaica straight to Vegas.
Yes.
So 14 hours in a mask. That sucked.
Oh.
It was terrible. But got to
By the way,
Vegas.
September 13th, mask mandate in fucking airports goes away.
No.
Oh
No,
I'll bet you.
well, I'm glad that they know well enough ahead that on September 13th, COVID is no longer a threat on airlines.
Yeah, that's right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, who made up that projected date?
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, I had a meeting at the airport with the events guy, and he was like, September 13th, this shit all goes away. And I was like, really? And he goes, it's already been fucking like
Delta
set down.
variant. It's here for another year.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could.
fear.
I didn't know you could calendar viruses. That's
Right.
COVID
That's
you can.
amazing.
COVID,
Oh, it's
totally.
very
Yeah, yeah.
predictable.
Yeah, it's based on election cycles.
No. It's only predictable when they're implementing something. But if
Yeah.
they're not implementing something, then it's the most deadly, out of control
Yeah.
virus in the history of the fucking planet.
2 weeks to fuck you over. That's all it was.
Yep.
Anyway.
How's
Yeah. So
our curve?
We John and I get to
Look like
Vegas.
a fucking limp
Pretty good.
pho noodle.
Pretty good.
John and I get to Vegas, and the first couple nights, well, the first night we get there, we're wore out from Jamaica. So we're like, you know what? We're going to get there at like 11:30 at night. We're just going to fucking crash. It'll be great. We get there, and what time do we go to bed?
We check into the hotel and like both of us are just like, okay, we're
14
here. Cool.
hours of travel.
And we're just like,
I need a cigar.
I haven't had a cigar all day. I could go for a cigar right now. And we're on Fremont Street. Scott's like, well, let's go down Fremont Street. I'm like, okay. Yeah, okay.
Where'd you guys stay the first night?
Gold Nugget.
See, I fucking love that
That's
place.
a great hotel.
I love that place.
Great
Yeah.
hotel.
They
It's-
have a new hotel, the
Across the
Circa.
Circa.
It
Across
is
the street.
awesome. It's a strip. It looks like a hotel on the strip.
On Fremont
But it's
Street.
on Fremont
Street.
Street?
It is
Really?
amazing.
It's directly across the street.
Dude, I've heard
from
that
Gold
down
Nugget.
that old town, there's
Yeah.
all these people going in and buying up all this old
Dude, it
property
was-
that's down there
it
and
was
like
amazing.
refitting
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
down there.
Yep.
Yeah, so we go out on Fremont Street, and then eventually we're like,
Did you guys
hey,
get peed on from above?
no,
What?
All the zip liners?
no.
No.
I've seen it happen. It's
Okay.
fucking not pretty.
It
People
would-
get real mad.
It'd
I believe it.
I fucking don't blame them. Shit.
Yeah. But so we're real good friends with a couple of the bouncers that work at Hogs and Heifers. So we went over there and had a good time. And then we left because we thought the night was getting late. And then
We went to that fucking blackjack table. Well, no, it wasn't blackjack. What was that?
oh yeah, what were we playing?
There's some weird fucked up card game.
It was the first time I ever played this game, so I didn't really know what I was
What are you
doing.
playing Pai
Pai
Gow
Gow
or
and
something?
poker?
No,
it
was like
next to that one.
yeah, it was easy to figure out. But the dealer, it was the first time he'd ever played that game.
I think it was the first time he ever worked a table in Vegas
Ah.
because literally we're like, nope, you got to pay out this, and it's 4-1. He's like, okay, and he pays out, and I'm like,
I'm about to pay for my trip.
it was his first time.
This is nuts.
But yeah, so I don't think we ended up going to bed till fucking 4 a.m. or some shit that
Yeah.
night. Then yeah, we did it again the next night,
And that was it. The whole rest of the
and the
trip
next
was that.
night, and the next night.
We get up at 7, 8 o'clock, fucking go to sleep at 3, 4 a.m. 20-hour days, 7 days,
Yep.
8 days. How long? I don't even know how fucking long we were out
I
there.
don't know.
Too
Well-
goddamn long.
Well, then Dave got out there. What, Wednesday you got out there, Dave? Friday?
Yeah,
Yeah, he went to sleep at 4 and got up at 7.
yeah. So I'm a trooper.
Yeah. Nice.
Now
Well,
I
I
got
saw
there.
your I saw your setup, which like literally packed on one pallet.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's amazing.
It,
Like, well done.
thanks.
Because this used to be your setup.
Yeah. That was not one.
This is not one pallet.
No,
no.
Yeah.
No, we saved a lot of money by not using this year,
Yeah.
and
a lot.
a lot of money.
Just fucking shit up
Yeah.
over there.
We spent the least amount on this trade show, and we sold the most cigars that we ever have at
Yeah.
the trade show. So
Nice.
it was a success. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Jazz, how was your trade show week?
It was good, man. I got there the Wednesday before the show and landed at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Vegas is a very weird town to arrive in at 8:30 in the morning.
Because it's still going on.
Sort
Kinda.
of.
It's
I mean,
just
like-
winding down.
Yeah, you're seeing it wind down, and you're seeing the people that are legitimately there, like the families that are there for like, we're here for the food and the shows, and you're like, you brought your fucking kids to Vegas?
I
Like,
know.
what the
You're
fuck
terrible
is wrong
people.
with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, we
And
used
those
to
kids hate themselves.
we used
Yeah.
to see a T-shirt. What did it say? It said something about not swearing in front of my kids, but don't bring your kids to Vegas or some shit. It was
don't
it was
know.
always great. Yeah,
Yeah. So
you shouldn't bring your small kids to Vegas.
I got there like 8:30 in the morning. Got to the hotel. So my hotel situation was weird because I had one night at TI, and then all the rest of my nights were over at the Palazzo.
Yeah.
So in the Palazzo and the Venetian are attached to the Sands Convention Center. So it's a very convenient place to stay with the trade show because I can literally just walk to the trade show every morning. But and a bunch of the industry people hang out in the bottom of those hotels and shit like that. So but I get there like 8:30 in the morning, get to the TI, and I was like, "Can I check in?" And they're like, "It's gonna be $25." I was like, "That's fine. Like, here's my $25."
Best
Just
$25 you ever
yeah,
spent.
fucking let me check in. So I check in, I go upstairs, I change clothes because it was like 70 in San Antonio when I left. and I was gonna be on an airplane, so I knew it was gonna be colder, and we got power cycles going on here, boys.
Yay.
If you're watching us live, sorry.
If you're watching us, that's what happened.
If you're watching us, you're not watching us anymore. So.
Yeah.
Video's cut. Is audio gone?
So audio's still good. That's why you can still hear yourself.
So that'll be an interesting
So
YouTube
a
video.
little black piece.
It'll be
It'll be fine.
black, and then
Don't worry about it.
we'll just put a graphic up that says
Yeah.
like, go fuck yourself.
So went upstairs and changed into like shorts and a t-shirt. Took a quick shower and all that stuff because nothing's open anyways.
Sure.
So did all that, had some emails to send, checked on some shipments and stuff that we had coming in to make sure that they had arrived at the trade show. And then kind of had nothing else to do for the day. And I was in TI, so 2 blocks away was Casa Fuente.
Which is your favorite spot?
I fucking love Casa Fuente. The best
we
mojitos I've ever had.
I know
Did
it's
not
because
make it there this year.
and so Jazz FaceTimed me during this little excursion over to
Yeah,
Casa
so-
Fuente.
But when I land at 8:30 in the morning, it's already 102 degrees in Vegas. It was fucking ridiculous.
It was 100. It was over 100 degrees all night. Like at 2 in the
didn't
morning.
matter. It
100
was still
degrees.
just hot as balls.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And the strip's even worse because everything's just bouncing off all the buildings, and so it's even hotter.
Cement playground.
So you guys are familiar with the strip.
I get to go to I got to go to Phoenix next week, so
So-
that'll be fun.
TI, right? It's TI, Mirage, and then the start of Caesars. It's like
Yeah.
the north end of the Forum Shops, and then it's
Yeah.
Caesars for like the next fucking 2 miles, right? It was so fucking hot when I tried to walk from TI to that north end door to get in the Forum Shops. I stopped in the Mirage just to fucking cool off. I was like, this is fucking
Oh, shit, it's
ridiculous.
hot.
Yeah.
And so got
And
there.
it's not like we live in a cold climate.
No,
You know
man, it was,
what I mean?
oh,
Like-
fuck, it was hateful hot.
It was dry, but your eyeballs. It was the closest thing to Kuwait heat that I've ever felt.
It was
Oh, yeah.
brutal.
Yeah. Like your eyeballs burned.
It was
I
brutal.
hate that.
So I spent the rest of the day there, and the funny thing was, is then industries people started showing up, and it was all good until Juan Cancel showed up.
I don't know who that is.
He owns Protocol.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God! So he showed up with a rep that shall remain unnamed. He showed up with her at like 2 in the afternoon, and she was clothes falling off drunk.
Got a girl.
I mean, like, couldn't keep straps on her body, like, had liquefied. So nothing, like, stayed where it was supposed to anymore. And I'll give it to Juan, like, the whole time he's sitting there, like, trying to put, and it's not even his rep. It's like a rep for a different company.
He's just hanging out with her.
Jesus. So hung out there and then had some mojitos, talked, ran into the boys from Cigars for Warriors, had some drinks with them or whatever, and then we eventually walked over to Bar Luca and hung out there. But the rest of the show, man, unlike these guys, I actually played it pretty safe. I had a bunch of scheduled dinners that I had to do, all that kind of stuff, and then I was in bed almost every night by like 11:30, 12.
How was your guys' Airbnb?
It fell through. So we.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Last minute, we ended up getting rooms.
We're literally in Houston on our layover coming back from Jamaica, and I'm sitting there booking fucking hotel rooms for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up staying at Harris.
They just canceled
Nah,
fucking.
I think they like double booked or
Yeah.
some shit. So
fucking cunts,
I
man.
know.
Right?
Well, so what
It
happened?
worked out good because it was 118 out, so
Yeah.
nobody wants to be outside when it's like
We
that,
would have
period.
thrown a cigar party at an Airbnb at 118 degrees.
Yeah, with everybody standing in the living room going, yeah, this is
Yeah.
great, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks.
It would have
I'll
sucked.
smoke
so.
one of these later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean the Conor McGregor fight, all these concerts, like
There was so much shit.
it was the first weekend. I was in Vegas with my boy, taking him to California a month earlier,
Yeah.
and it was dead as fuck. Vegas was fucking packed.
It was wall to wall.
It was
I mean,
packed.
they were everywhere.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
And
pre-COVID
then
Vegas.
The Palazzo.
it was worse than pre-COVID.
The Palazzo for the first 3 days I was in there was holding a world poker tour. event.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Wow.
like half the casino had been shut down. It was just poker tables.
Yeah.
Like, and then you had all the cameras and everything everywhere. It
Yeah,
was
we
craziness.
walked by that a couple times
Yeah.
and heard people betting like $22,000, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna keep on.
No,
walking.
those are the blinds.
Must be
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
nice.
Those are the blinds.
Jesus.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it was I don't know. Vegas is interesting. it's funny because the state of Nevada has this policy. I don't even know, law maybe. I don't even know if you can fucking call it a law. But if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask.
Right.
If you're not vaccinated, you're required to wear a mask.
There was 4 people in Vegas
and they were Asian,
not vaccinated.
and they were Asian, and they wear masks anyway, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. True.
But that was it. Other than that, nobody had a mask on.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, it's because it's not like you can walk up to somebody on the street and be like, give me your fucking vaccine card. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
How about that? I want you knowing who I am.
I think that everybody was just over it.
Yeah.
They were just over it.
Yeah, but like
No.
nobody had them on. The bartenders,
No,
the servers, like
if
nobody had them on.
if the workers didn't have a vaccine, they were required
Yeah.
to wear them in order to maintain employment.
Yeah.
I had that
Yeah.
conversation a lot. I'm like, why don't you just identify as somebody vaccinated?
I did
because I
have-
like having a job, and I'm like, okay, I get
I
it.
did have quite possibly the best cocktail I've ever had in my life this week in Vegas.
Yeah, you told me.
It was called the A la Louisiane. And for the time period that I was drinking that drink, I think I was gay for the bartender. It was that good. Like I was sitting there just like,
Where was this at?
it's called the Roslyn,
Okay.
which is like this little like 20-seat speakeasy in the back corner of the Palazzo on the floor,
Ah.
like off, and it's got its own little hostess stand to like see if there's space, and everything's like these little private seats. And we sat at the bar, and it was one of those places like all of the different mixers and extracts were all of these like little alchemy bottles everywhere. Like they made everything there.
Nice.
The ice was truly clear. Like
So it was just a hipster's fucking dream.
yeah, from a hipster standpoint, but I would back you up on that if they were making like standard drinks, but these things were just fucking next level. Like it was just, and the ice was, it was as clear as this glass. Like they put it in there and they did the whole stamp on the top with their bar, and like, so after they pour it and it would fully clear it, you could literally look and it would kind of trip you out because you could look through the ice and see like through the ice and through the bottom of your glass. And but oh my God,
It's a whole different set of beer goggles right there.
Fucking A.
that drink was insane.
Like, he calls me and he goes, you know, I'm a big fan of your old fashioned. I said, yes. Because I make a fucking mean old fashioned, you know? And I was like, yes, I'm aware. And he goes, I just had this drink that could beat your old fashioned. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I don't mean any disrespect, but I wanted to suck this dude off.
Dude, that drink was
I like how out of all the people in the world he could call and say, out of no disrespect, I wanted to suck this dude off, he called you.
Yeah.
Instead of anybody else that he could have called.
You know what, though? Because he knew I would get the metaphor.
it was next level. Like it was ridiculous. And then I had another pretty good old fashioned at Cut, which is the steakhouse in the Palazzo. It's Wolfgang Puck's steakhouse or whatever. And the food was meh. Like
John and I ate a good steak at
Ruth's Chris.
Well, we didn't know it was saltgrass until we got the menus the first time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had,
Yeah.
and it was a great
That was that
steak.
golden nugget.
Like,
That was
Sawgrass
really
makes
good.
a solid steak.
I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck,
it was
this is
really
great.
They have a fillet there that has like this balsamic fucking glaze,
a reduction.
like reduction on it. It's fucking.
well, the ribeye I had was good. I mean, it
I think
was
it's legit.
It was 8 ounces of Japanese A5 Wagyu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing was is that it was just like, yeah, it's good. Like it wasn't like, oh my God, this is life changing. Like it was good. But they did have an old fashioned cart. And I had to give the restaurant that. So this chick walks around with this little push cart. And she
Bring out your dead.
and she walks up and it's got a bottle rack on one side and then a prep table on the top or whatever. And she was making
mobile old fashioned.
and she'll make an old at your seat. And they were doing smoked old fashions at your seat.
Nice.
And if you got to the smoked old fashioned, it only came with one of the whiskeys, and they had a barrel select Whistle Pig 15.
Okay.
Oh.
Sold.
And so if you got the smoked one, what they did is they actually, so it was a barrel select. So obviously they bought the whole barrel. So they also got the staves from the barrel.
I mean, that's better. That's better than this one.
the piggyback's good, right?
Piggyback's solid.
It's just a little bit better.
A little bit better than the piggyback 6. Yeah, the 15-year Whistle Pig is pretty fucking good. But so the smoke that they put in the glass, they actually took a torch and lit up one of the barrel staves and got it smoking, and then smoked your glass with the barrel stave from the barrel that the whiskey came out of. And that one was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like be cool with this other industry guy that was there. And I ordered one for me and one for him. And I told the server, nice, fast hands. I told the server like, hey, make sure I get the tab for these drinks for me and Jerry. And then I didn't realize, because I never met the dude, that one of the guys at the other end of the table was the president of Miami Cigar Company. And so he took the tab for
Everything.
like all 12 of us that were there. Thank you.
What a good fucking dude.
And yeah, I didn't even get a chance to thank the guy. Like, but had a great conversation. Had to have a really good conversation with John Anderson. You know who John Anderson is?
I don't know.
I got a buddy named John Anderson.
So John Anderson
I used to have an uncle named
and
John Anderson.
his business partner, Matt Krim, own W. Curtis Draper, which is the humidor that faces the state capitol. There's also one in Maryland,
Right.
but the oldest one is in the state capitol, faces the state, the U.S. Capitol building. And it's been there like 138 years. It's the third oldest, like continuously in business humidor in the United States. The fixtures in there are original.
Oh, wow.
Like everything, it's old school as fuck. And he's the proprietor of said location. He's also the president of the PCA currently.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I know him by reputation. I've never gotten a chance to talk to him. He's just a giant foodie. So we
Yeah.
just sat there and like, and now he owns a barbecue restaurant called Cinder. So we sat there and like talked about smoking meats and like no work,
My
no
time to
nothing.
shine.
It was great.
It just so happens I just turned in my mid-30s and I went
He
this
actually
route.
wants me to send him bacon.
You should.
You should.
So
You should send him bacon.
I got to figure out how to ship bacon. Not really. Never done that before.
Dry ice.
Yeah.
I tried Sam.
And yeah, so like I was saying, John and I had that saltgrass steak, and it was good. And then we went to Ruth Chris because it was the only place that night that you didn't need a reservation. It was just open.
Was that the McGregor night?
I don't remember.
I don't
It's all
know.
a blur. But then we had another steak, and it was way better. And
Yeah.
it was fun.
Ruth Chris makes an okay steak, man. It's just it's so fucking pricey for
Ruth-
what you get.
yeah.
Like, it's
Ruth-
just
Yeah.
fuck off,
Ruth's
man.
Chris is like
At that level,
Texas Roadhouse. It doesn't matter what one you go to.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you're going to
Yeah.
get every day of the week.
Yeah.
Period.
I don't know because I went to a Ruth Chris with my wife here in San Antonio, and
the one here is weird.
the one we went to in Vegas was way better.
Yeah.
I thought it was way better.
I've been to the one.
And I
here.
had a fucking tomahawk. The one I went here.
At that price, though, I'm going to Fleming's. I'm not
Yeah.
going to Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
I'd much
I
rather
agree.
go.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Speaking of tomahawks, Dave and I go to HEB on Sunday, and I don't know if it's luckily or not, but it was about 3:00 in the afternoon, and we walk up to the meat counter at HEB, and they had this tomahawk that, no bullshit, was about 4.5 inches thick, and I looked at the time, and I was like, I don't have enough time to cook this tonight, or else I would fucking buy this right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to an HEB, the HEB Plus that's up at 281 in Stone Oak.
Mhm.
And one of the dudes working behind the counter is like an avid barbecue dude, like wants to do it professionally, but instead he works the meat counter at HEB or whatever.
right.
I started talking to that cat about like the cuts and stuff like that. And he was like, what do you actually want? I was like, I'm looking for about 1.5 inch thick bone out ribeye. And he was like, I got you. Don't even worry about it. And this dude went back and brought out the entire loin and was like, where on here do you like? And like, let me pick like in the section of
Nice.
loin that I wanted, and then went and hand cut these bad boys and brought them back out to me.
Fuck
He's
yeah.
like, anything you ever need, man, you come see me. We'll make sure. I was like,
Nice.
Done.
shit, I got me a steak plug.
That's a
Like,
good
this
plug,
is-
dude.
That's a weird ass plug to have.
That's not a bad plug. Shit.
So
So you guys got to gallivant in fucking Vegas. My ass went to
No.
Chicago this weekend.
my ass went and worked for 7 days in
How-
Vegas.
Okay, Mikey. We all know how bad you are at dodgeball. And we all also
I
know how
avoided the south side.
Okay.
I avoided the south
Chicago's a
side.
horrible city for you.
Fucking for real, dude. Just walk around. Fuck.
Son of a bitch.
No, I went up to
what
north.
color are the hearts you get in Chicago?
Right?
There's a blue and white striped.
It's a,
It's got a star on it, a little red star on it. So I go there. I had an event on Friday night, Reverend Warriors was doing their Silky's hike on Saturday,
Nice.
so we did the meetup at the
Please, sir.
at the
Please,
at
I have
Cross Styles
some more?
North location.
OG, if you will.
The OG location. Great fucking people up there.
They're
Fucking
good people.
great. A lot of fans of you up there.
Really?
Yes, a lot of fans of you. People who miss you. Matter of fact,
I liked a lot of the people out there.
a lot of fans of you.
Well, like
up there,
Marty
man.
and stuff.
Yeah.
They're good
So,
fucking dudes
I never-
up there, man.
So Marty's the first dude I meet.
I
I
miss
walk
Marty.
in and I've never met Marty. I didn't know the fuck this guy looked like.
Marty's
He's
a
old
good
ass.
fucking dude. Old as fuck.
And I walk in and he opens the door and he's like, "Hey, Mikey," and I'm like, "Hi," and he's like, "Oh, I'm Marty." I'm like, "I'm sorry, man. I don't know who the fuck anybody else." So I'm walking through. Everybody knows me because for
media.
fucking a year and a
Yeah.
half. Well, year and a half, beer 30.
Yeah, it was you and I.
You and I did
Yeah.
fucking stupid videos every week, right? So it was like, all right, so everybody fucking knows me real well, and I don't know anybody.
They're good
right?
people up
They're
there.
fucking great people. So I got to hang out with them for the first time in like 3 fucking years of working with the company, and then fucking. I mean, it was a decent event, not a huge turnout because it's Carroll Stream, Illinois. It's kind of hard to pull people out of the city out there because traffic up there is fucking horrendous.
It's atrocious. I
It's
spent 3.5 hours getting back to the
terrible.
airport from there one time.
Which airport?
Not O'Hare.
Midway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took me 3.5 hours to
See,
get there from.
so Southwest
Fullerton.
Southwest flies in O'Hare now, as of this last
Oh yeah.
February they
Not when I
started.
went.
So I was like, and everybody's like, "Why don't you just fly fucking United or whatever?" Da da da. And I was like, "Because I'm going for that A-list, dog. I want that A-list preferred."
I want that A boarding.
Speaking of Southwest,
I'm high B right now. I'm almost there.
I'm almost there, dog.
Speaking of Southwest, when Scott and I flew from Jamaica to Vegas, we flew Southwest.
Yeah.
Scott checked us in,
Because Jamaica is definitely Southwest.
right? Scott checked us
To be
in.
fair, Southwest Airlines started going from San Antonio to Dallas to Houston. That was it.
Wow.
That's where Southwest started.
Well, it started in Dallas. That's
Yeah.
why Love Field is the hub.
Yeah.
But
Anyways.
our boarding numbers was A1 and A2.
Fucking A.
I was like, holy fuck, I think I want to keep this. I don't know if I'll ever get this again.
You're never gonna get it again.
Oh my God. Y'all want to hear some cheese dick shit?
Dude, I'll
that I did?
I'll do the check-in. Like I'll set an alarm for like 3 minutes prior. The second it clicks
you're
on,
like,
I'm on the,
A54.
and I'm like, boop, yeah. And I'll get like fucking, and I'm like, B fucking 13. I'm
That's
like,
because-
how the fuck, man?
That's because 1 through 30
Is
is already
A-list
A-list
preferred.
preferred.
Yep.
And then after that is business and stuff. So flying back, you guys have done a couple of trade shows now. So that by the time it's time to come home, you're just like, I don't care about anything anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to go home.
Mhm.
So I get to the airport and it's fucking McCarran. So it's a shit show, just from front to back. Everybody's fucking hungover. Everybody's in a foul mood. Everybody smells bad. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
because it's everybody
fucking-
leaving Vegas.
It
and
just has Vegas on you.
Yeah, it's
like,
horrible, right?
Despair and
And it's
broken
120
dreams.
degrees. So
And-
yes.
I had completely run out of fucks. Was done. Like, I'll tell my Uber story here in a minute because it started with this fucking psychotic Uber driver that I had. Like, didn't even get in his car, kind of psychotic. So I'm there, and I was like C4 or some shit to be able to get. And I was like, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna end up with a horrible fucking seat. I really don't want to do this. So they're calling A-list preferred, business class, A1 through 30. And then it said, in any active duty military can board the aircraft. Now, I'm not well rested and completely out of fucks. When I exited the military, they took my CAT card, my active CAT card.
Right.
But when I got promoted, they never took my CAT card that still said I was a corporal. So I'm still in possession of a white CAT card, which I'm not supposed to have, but
Right.
fuck it, still have it. I was like, no way this works. Right. So I'm flying with a mask on, and I have the RCPT neck gaiter, so it's multicam. And I've got this thing pulled up, so you can't see the beard. You can't see anything. So I walk up and I'm looking at the chick at the gate that's
Yeah.
scanning stuff. And it's like some 22-year-old. Like, I was like, oh, this is totally gonna fucking work. And I walk up there with my boarding pass on my phone. And I've got my CAT card, and I had my finger over the expiration date, and I just held it up like this, and she was like, yes, sir, come on in. She scanned me and let me
Yes.
on the bird, and I was like, holy fuck, I am never getting rid of this ID
Hell
card.
yeah, dog.
So
So I am A-list all the time now.
when we were flying from Jamaica to San Antonio, we had a
Pilots don't have
layover.
to wear masks.
getting on the plane after our layover to fly to Las Vegas, I had a Pelican case that was my cigars.
Oh,
Right? It was my carry-on. And I'm walking on the plane giving her my fucking thing. And this lady's like, "Sir, what is that?" And she points at my Pelican case. I'm like, "It's my carry-on." She's like, "What's in it?" I said, "Carry-on stuff."
literally.
You know,
I'm
like-
laughing at this point. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
I'm like, "It's carry-on stuff." She's like, "Sir, it looks like a gun case." I'm like,
It's not.
I'm like, "It's not." She's like, "Can I look in it?" I'm like, "All right, I don't care." Like I went through international security,
Right.
like whatever. If you think you're the last line of defense, good on you. I opened it up. She's like, "Oh, okay, thanks." I'm like, "What?" Like, I guess good on her, right? Like I don't know, whatever.
Sir,
Like if I could
what
get
is this?
Yeah. If I could get on an airplane with a gun at that point, like, holy shit.
Oh, fuck, you caught
Yeah.
me. I almost made
Yeah. You know, like usually they screen that shit out when you try to go through the fucking, what do you call it? The TSA checkpoint, right?
I know a guy that got
I know,
popped
right?
at metal detectors
Yeah.
trying to get a gun onto an
Usually they
airplane.
catch everybody there, but if you make it past that, I guess, whatever.
If you can make it past that conveyor belt,
Yeah.
good on you.
We
You
know a
get to
guy who
keep it.
got hemmed up there once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said that, but you're too busy fucking around on your phone.
I am. I am.
Way to engage, Mikey.
I was checking times, dog. Checking times.
I was looking at pictures to see if I missed any fun stories.
If I was to carry a gun, it wouldn't be in a gun case.
Right? Keeps it real inconspicuous.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got stopped every time I went through security this last time. So the problem with flying into Chicago O'Hare on Southwest now is you fly from here from San Antonio is you fly from here to Dallas at 5:55 a.m.
Ugh.
and your connection is at 10:45.
Do you want me to know you want me to tell you your actual problem with your flight? Is that you were flying to Chicago.
Yes.
So that kind of stops the
100%.
silly. Like right there.
But-
It's just like
I had like that much of a fucking layover. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, fuck. So I'm going, the silver lining, always a silver lining, right? So I go outside of Love Field. I go back out through fucking baggage claim. I go smoke a cigarette. I'm fucking stressed. So I'm just like, people are annoying me. I want to take this fucking mask off my face. So I go outside, right? And I'm sitting there having a cigarette, whatever. There's a little bagel shop before security in baggage claim in Love Field. It was the best fucking bagel sandwich I've ever had.
yeah.
Sausage, egg, and cheese on it, everything. It's the best fucking bagel. Best fucking bagel I've ever had. Amazing everything bagel.
Have you had the Boss Bagel?
The Boss Bagel.
Yeah, it's like bagels on southern soil or whatever the fuck it is.
I don't think so.
So they're San Antonio based company and they make wood fired bagels.
Ooh. That mean I can make a bagel in a fucking smoker?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh.
So I think you can pre-boil it,
Toast it.
pre-boil it to make it puffy,
Oh.
and then throw it on the smoker to get the skin.
Okay. I'm in.
Yeah.
I love pizzas on the
So
charger.
I just
It's
went
gotta
through a
work
bunch of
the same.
pictures to make sure I didn't forget any fun stories while we were down there. And I forgot one of the best ones, and I'm sorry. This goes back to one of the dives that we did. So in order to get the advanced cert, Madison and I both got our advanced certs when we were down there. We had to do 5 specific dives. So we had to do a drift dive, meaning we dove down, we're, above anywhere, I don't know, I think we were about 50, 55 feet. And we're just drifting over all the reefs and the currents. And you have to maintain your bearing and control and all that shit and stay with the group and not get fucking lost and sucked away and all that fun stuff.
As
We had
you
to-
do,
we had to
yeah.
do a boat dive, which is not a lot of people do it unless you're doing it in the ocean or something
Do you
like
know
that.
why you fall backwards outside of a boat?
Well, if you fall forward, you land inside it.
Yeah.
But we just stepped off. So you do a boat dive, and the boat dives are interesting down there because there's wind and a current. So the boat goes upwind, and the current's going the same direction that the boat's coming. So your current's going one way, your boat's going the other way, and so a couple people got run over by the boat, but engine was off, no big deal. But it freaks people out. It's funny. Then we had to do an underwater navigation, which was, for me, it was super fucking easy. For other people, it was really fucking hard. And then we had to do a fish ID, which is easy. And then the deep dive. The deep dive was one of the most fun ones that I
You know
did.
how hard it is to cart a fish?
Yeah, it's weird. You should see where they put their wallets.
Excuse me, sir.
But so the deep
What's
dive,
in your carry-on?
the deep dive, we went down to 106 feet.
Yeah.
And when you go that deep, you can only like your max time that you can be down is like your total dive time is like 20 minutes because of the amount of nitrogen that gets in your blood and everything like that without having to do.
Oddly specific number.
What's that?
When I said 106 is an oddly specific number.
Well, we were supposed to go to 100, but we were on this fucking super slope, and I was on the downside of the slope. So the guy there's 4 of us that were down there.
Don't lie, you went to 100 and then inverted yourself.
No,
So you
I
could
just
say
started
106.
sliding.
It was just
I started sliding until I dug my foot in on the seafloor, and that's when I stopped and I pulled up my fucking thing and I looked and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just stay here. But so once you get down to that depth, you start dabbling and playing around with this shit called narcosis. And now narcosis is for everybody around you is
it's
hilarious.
not a show on Netflix.
Everyone around you is hilarious. For the person that's experiencing it, it's not at the time it's not bad. But when you realize what's actually going on, it's not cool. And there's different levels of it. And I remember like when I got my original dive cert, it was in 99 when I got it done. And I will never forget this because the guy who said it just stuck with me ever since. I was like, what's a good way to tell somebody has narcosis? He goes, if somebody takes their regulator out of their mouth and tries to give it to a fish, they have narcosis. Bring them up to a higher depth and it will go away. And I was like, are you fucking serious? He's like, yes, I've seen it happen. I'm like, that is awesome. I'm like, I want to see this. Well, that didn't happen. But so when they get down there, they make you do a couple tasks and things like that. They bring down a water bottle to show you what would happen if you had surface air in your lungs and how it would collapse. And then they fill it with air at the bottom, bring it to the surface, and it literally almost explodes.
You know you're going to get in trouble if she listens to this episode.
No, not at all. So
I thought all of the female companions
We're 50
stopped.
minutes in.
Yeah,
she's
they
not.
don't listen to
She's
this.
fit. We're 50 minutes in. He's safe.
But I told the story to everybody as soon as we surfaced. So then it's do basic math problems. Now the basic math problems they had us do is either addition of subtraction, but they were
I'll be fucked right there.
But they were, it was basic, but they were thousands. So like it was like 2,531 plus 4,267, but it's written out. So you just go across and, they're random numbers. There's no real anything to it.
Kevin Bacon.
The first guy goes and he does appropriate math, adds it all up, gets 6,700, whatever. They hand it to Madison and she just kind of looks at it like, what do I do with this? And I'm like, okay. So I grab it and I do the second one, which is subtraction. And I kind of show her like how, as I'm doing it, like we're doing math problems here. Hand her the third for her to do the last problem.
What are you guys writing with?
A pencil, because pencils work.
Pencils work underwater.
They float, so you have to hold on to it. But they work.
Got some buoyancy to them, yeah.
Now, I can't. So her math problem was 2,354 plus 6,789. And like listening to it, it seems hard. Seeing it, it's very easy. Now,
Jazz already finished it. He's already got it.
She wasn't wrong, but she
See
wasn't.
his face. He already got the answer.
She wasn't wrong, but she wasn't right. I'm showing it to Jazz so you can see it. She didn't add the two whole big thousands of numbers together. She added each individual
row.
And so it was 2,354 plus 6,789. And her answer was 8, 10, 13, 13.
Which is each individual row. And
she wasn't wrong, but she wasn't right.
Could have done Madison as math like me. Fuck.
She had a little bit of narcosis going on. We had to crack eggs so you could see what an egg does at 100 feet deep. Raw eggs.
What's that do?
It just holds together and it floats around. And like you like poke the yolk and the yolk separates from the egg whites immediately.
Huh.
And so like everyone had an egg. We all cracked the egg. We did the bottle thing. We started doing the math thing, and she's still fucking with the egg yolk. And I'm like, oh geez, I'm gonna keep your fucking I'm thinking this. I'm gonna keep your regulator in your mouth. And but yeah, so as they're cracking eggs, she cracked her egg using her fucking goggles because she couldn't do it on her hand. And I have a GoPro video of it, and all you hear is a Jamaican dude, the dive master, just laughing through his regulator at 106 feet deep. But yeah, it was awesome. The dives were probably the coolest people that we got to hang out with on the entire island. Like the dive masters. None of them drink because they dive all fucking day, every day.
Yeah.
And they're pushing the limits of what they're like physically able to do by the amount of dives and the depths and everything that they do. And that's like their fucking life. That's all they do. I was like, dude, like I want to buy you a drink or something. He's like, I don't drink. He's like, but the only reason I don't drink is because I dive so much. And I'm like, yeah, cool. He's like, no. It's just because I dive so much is a reason I don't drink. And I'm like, that It's cool, man. Like,
Yeah, either way.
awesome. I really don't care. He's a
whatever.
cat, but it's just because I dive a lot.
He's like, I want you to know, it's not that I'm not cool.
Because as soon as I don't dive anymore, fucking fifths every hour. Like just
On my day off, I am hammered the whole time. Well, fuck, boys.
a lot of travels. I'm sure there's a
lot
bunch
of
of stories
travels.
we fucking forgot that'll come up later.
Sure, there's many. Yeah.
So that being said, I'm glad we're all back together.
Yeah, it's
It's
good to have
see
the
the
band
crew
back. Yeah.
all in one place. So I'm going to raise my glass
Ooh.
to you sexy sons of bitches and say thank you for being my freedom friends.
Absolutely.
And before anybody asks, actually, believe it or not, we were all so busy at the damn show that none of us, I think there was like half an hour that we hung out at Bar Luca together.
Yeah.
And that was it in Vegas.
Yeah.
But other than that, we like didn't see each other.
We texted a lot.
We texted a lot.
Saw each other at the booths. Every now
Yeah,
and
we,
then.
we walked
You know.
to each other's booths and stuff like that. But that was, I got to do one lap with
Yeah.
Scotty around or with Johnny around the floor. And that was it. And then I got to go see Scott. And then Scott came by the booth. But that was it.
Well,
Which
fucking
is good. It was fucking Cadillac problems.
Yeah.
Well, whether
It
you're,
was
walk-
so busy that we couldn't hang out. Like
Yeah.
it was.
whether you're walking around an expedition of cigar smoking assholes or swimming with the fishes in Jamaica or fucking dodging bullets in fucking Chicago. We thank you all for tuning in and listening to this mediocre shit show that we have. Like, share, subscribe, smash all those buttons. Check us out on YouTube. Give us a subscribe over there. That's important. How far are we from the?
I think
About
we got
that far?
further.
Yeah, I think we might be further away.
Yeah.
We're closer on TikTok than we are on YouTube. I'll tell you
Fucking
that
A,
fucking
man.
much.
And for all those new listeners out there that found us through TikTok, appreciate the fuck
Wait,
out of y'all.
We can monetize TikTok.
If we get big enough,
Yeah,
yeah,
if we get big
actually.
enough.
What?
Yeah.
We need somebody that has a booty to shake. I think that's the key to TikTok.
Yeah, we just need like occasionally
Dave?
mix in a twerks video. Dave, you're in. You got that fucking good. Fucking,
the Ether Bunny agrees.
so as always, nothing crazy. Not a hard task. Just three little things. Jazz, why don't you hit him with the first one?
Ooh, you know what? Smoke on.
And Scotty, your favorite.
Drink on.
God damn it, boys.
Freedom
the
the
fuck
fuck
on.
on.
We'll see you guys next time.
Did we tell him to tell their mom?
Nah.
Oh, tell your mom and tell your friends and tell your mom's friends
Yeah.
Cool.
to twerk it.
Yeah. Butthole scarves.
The end.
The end.